Hello and welcome to another episode of Red Truck Theory. I'm your host, Coach Jay Fry, and it is here where we build recognition patterns. We build the ability to see leadership opportunities that smack you right in the face, that are right in front of you. But it's only if you're willing to look. Red Truck Theory started off as this idea that, guess what? I just purchased this brand new red truck and it's a beauty. It's the Trail Boss version. It's got the kit. It's got the tires. It's got the lights. It's got the leather. It's got everything you want. And you buy it and you drive it off the lot and you turn down the street and guess what? You see that same dang truck. But guess what, man? That was coincidence. No way. I'm going to keep driving. I'm going home. I'm almost there. And guess what? I see that red truck again. You see, I'm so fixated. My brain is fixated on this red truck that everywhere I look, I seem to see the truck. The same exact thing needs to happen for us in leadership and learning opportunities to grow, develop, and get better. So that's what we're doing. These things right here, these 5 things hit me this week, smacked me in the face, and I know that if I'm going through it, then you're probably going through it too. You might have these opportunities right in front of you as well. You might even have some others that you want to share with me so then we can continue to grow, develop, and get better. It's not just about me. It's about what these opportunities can do for you. It is episode, 17? 17. Episode 17. I can't believe it. Of Red Truck Theory, and we are glad you're here. If you are new, thank you. We're excited to have you. If you're a regular and you're a repeat customer, hey, we're thrilled that you're here and we're excited about what we're offering here today. 5 things, these 5 starting right now. A mentor of mine is named Dr. Preston Klein. He's part of the Mission Critical Team Institute. So he's talking all things mission critical, special teams, special operations, those types of bad mofos, okay? So anything that's within 300 seconds or less that can cause catastrophic loss or death, he's in that realm, right? So he's constantly learning and developing. And what they found is that, that the selection process needs to be important, and there's some considerations. So we're going to have one of these considerations. So the first and only consideration is, what's your availability? When somebody is looking to select an NBA lottery pick, if they're looking to draft somebody, if it's the Navy SEALs, if it's the Green Berets, they have certain criteria that they're looking for in order to select. Okay. What do we want? And so one of the key contributors is, what's your availability? And what I mean by that is, if we look at 365 days of the year, what's your availability to give me 365? Now, obviously, I know rest, recovery, reset, re-engagement. I know all of that, and we're not thinking about that. But what we're thinking about is, how many days are you typically off sick? And I mean actually sick, not calling in because you want to hit the sticks with some friends. But I mean actually sick. So are you often sick? Well, if that is the case, then that's a consideration that they're thinking. Okay, so that subtracts 2 weeks out of the year, right? Maybe less. You're actually sick. And then they go, okay, well, they look at your workouts, and maybe you're a CrossFitter. No disrespect. But CrossFitters are typically injured more often. So that means shoulder. That means back. That means legs. CrossFitters are in tremendous shape. But injuries skyrocket. That's why you'll typically see a physical therapist or a chiropractor pretty close to somebody's new CrossFit gym. Okay? But if you get injured, now you're out a month, now you're out 2 months, now, okay, so that's 8 weeks plus the 2 weeks that you're sick. Now we're already looking at 10 weeks out of the year. So now your availability is actually 42 weeks. Well, that's not counting vacation. That's not counting all this stuff. So what is your availability? What are you going to cost us? What are you going to bring to us? So I say that to you is, what's your availability? How much can you give to your current situation? How much can somebody rely on you? So availability is like, can I rely on this person to be there to have my back? Are you that person that can come there and have somebody's back? So it's important to focus on your health. It's important to take care of your body. It's important to do things that help increase your availability so that you can actually help serve, lead others. What's your availability? That was number one. Number two, the boss. That was his code name, the boss. He was the head honcho of the Blue Angels. Okay? Friend of mine, I got to meet this guy, and we even have a picture together of him holding the Blue Angels helmet. It was really cool. But what I want to harp on right here is his story of how they perform. So the Blue Angels, we've all seen it. They're going together, and they're like 3 feet across from each other. They might be 2 feet on top of each other. I mean, you could literally like almost touch the other plane as they're sitting on top of each other. And they're maneuvering things. And then they're doing sick, twisted rolls. And oh my goodness, it's unbelievable. But that's not the coolest part to me. The coolest part is how they handle what happens after. They close their eyes. They go, hey, Jay, this is team. This is where I messed up. I messed up here. I rolled about 2 seconds early when I should have stayed longer. They are going through the entire group that flew. They're going through where they made mistakes. And it's something that it's like, it's honest. There's no titles in this group. So this debrief is really amazing because it doesn't matter who's speaking. It doesn't matter if the head guy is speaking or if the lower end of the chain is speaking. Everybody's taking ownership for the things that they messed up. Now, what happens on the next flight, the next mission, the next action? They're even closer. They hum even better. Because none of that was for that person. That was for the team to be better. So if we can be open and honest and discuss, hey, I messed up here. And it's not, fault on Jason. Oh, how dare you? It's okay. I recognize I messed up. This is where I messed up. And it won't happen again. And that's why you see the Blue Angels so sharp in the things that they're doing, because they constantly focus on just those little things. Those little mess ups, those little faults. That's what they're doing. They're taking ownership of it. And they go, yo, that's not going to happen again. And then they move forward and they work on that. And then on top of that, you've got that debrief. Then what they do in the mission pre-briefing is they're closing their eyes and they're walking through every single thing. This is where we roll. So instead of me being 2 seconds off, I'm on time, I'm on target, and I'm able to move and execute. So they're able to grow, develop, and get better by preparing themselves and then having the vulnerability to change and to create more improvement. What would happen if we did that? What would happen if we were vulnerable? What would happen if we took ownership for that mess up? Something amazing can happen. Something amazing can and will happen. That was number 2, ladies and gentlemen. So we had, what's your availability? Number 1, and number 2 was the Blue Angels. It's our ability to it's not impressive the show. It's impressive what they do after the show. Number 3. Okay. I got to be a fly on the wall. I got to see some of our nation's best teaching the art of pistol work, the art of shooting, the art of how you do certain things in the realm of mission critical in terms of firing, in terms of shooting, in terms of shoot, move, communicate. And they said, move first, then shoot in order to get off the X. You've got to get off the X. You've got to make the move. So it's important for us, a lot of times we think that those guys are just automatically firing. They're moving first to change the vision of the bad guy, to change he's targeted and locked in on them. So what would happen? Now he's got to reframe, he's got to reset, he's got to re-engage at a new angle. And guess what? He's not as fixated anymore before they can shoot back. So our focus, no matter what, if it's our goal, if we're doing goal achievement, it's to start moving first. Start creating action before we start looking into all these analytics. Before we start measuring, oh, hey, man, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I need a better plan. We need to move first in order to shoot. In order for you to shoot your shot, you got to move. You got to get the ball. Those of you training and doing all of this dribbling, that's great, fantastic. But what happens if somebody denies you the basketball? What are you going to do? Move first. Move first, then shoot. Move first, then shoot. Some of us are struggling with addiction. Some of us are struggling with pornography. Some of us are struggling with alcohol. Some of us are struggling with the mental thoughts that are going through our head. Some of us are struggling at work with our coworkers. Guess what? Move. Create action. So if there's something that you need done, if you fell off, it's time to get back on. That's movement. Move back. Move up. Move to the side. Move to 10 and 2. Move 9 and 3. It doesn't matter where we got to create movement in order to get off the X that we're on. Create your movement. If you're struggling with the alcohol, hey, movement is getting the alcohol out of the house. Movement is blocking the pornography sites. Movement is creating the list and then attacking the list and making sure that the list gets done. Movement. Move first, then shoot. Move first, then shoot. That was number 3. So far we're rocking, and it's Friday, and every day is Friday for me. Hopefully for you, same thing. We are on number 4. Number 4. Curiosity opens the door for better information. Curiosity. There is not one way to do anything. Okay? So I recognize that. I used to have somebody, a coach, who I would come in and they would say that it was their way, and I would come in and be like, we can do it this way. And then they would just say, oh, well, there's more ways to skin a cat. So yes, there are more ways to do things, but only if you're open and curious. So curiosity opens the door for better information. So a lot of times great leadership is, I heard Pete Blaber talk about how he led as a commander. So they would say, hey, what do you think? And he would come back and say, well, you tell me, what do you think you need to do? And a lot of the times the commander has the answer, and that's not the answer that is needed for the boots on the ground, for the troops that are on the action. So we need to ask them. So instead of leadership having the answer, understand that it's important to ask. Understand to create curiosity for those under you so they can find the answer. Because chances are they have an answer. And chances are their answer, because of them living it and seeing it and doing it every day, they've got a better answer than you. But they need the ability. They need the ability to be curious so that they could ask, well, why couldn't we try it this way? I understand SOPs, standard operating procedures. I understand that we have protocols. I understand that most businesses have it this way. Got it. Correct. Being disciplined in those can help create the ability to see and read a new situation and go, hey, those procedures won't work here. What should we do now? So curiosity opens the door for better information. Here's another way to look at it. The door never closes on good ideas. In other words, you cannot be fixated on a plan. The plan is going to change, right? Mike Tyson said everybody's great, got the greatest plan in the world until they take the first hit. And if you took a first hit from Mike Tyson, chances are your plan is done, gone. You're throwing in the white towel. So most of these plans aren't going to work. So we can't hold true to the plan. In basketball, in my connections, in my talks with coaches, what they realize is at halftime, this is how coaches get fired. They don't adapt. Oh, we're staying true to the plan. You didn't make any changes? No adaptations at halftime? No adjustments? Well, guess what? We were dug in. We stuck in. This is our plan, and we're going to do it, and our players are going to execute it. Well, that plan's not working. Do you have the ability to adapt? The door never closes on good ideas, ever. Great leadership understands this. If there's a better way to do it, let's try it. I can't close the door on a good idea on my team, because now what? My team maybe offers it and I close the door on it. Well, then what? Then if I don't tell them why, then what's going to happen? Now they're not going to speak up when they need to. So that's our thought process. We've got to make sure that we keep the door open for great ideas, and it never stays, or it never closes. Excuse me. Curiosity opens the door for better information. Ask questions. Have your team ask questions. If you're a leader, have your team lead ask him the question. What do you think he should do when he comes to you? When she comes to you saying, hey, we're doing this. What do you think? Don't give them an answer. Ask them what they think. What do you think you should do? Okay. That's what we're rolling with. So curiosity opens the door for better information. Number 3 was moving first. Shoot second. Then shoot, sorry. Move first, then shoot. Get off your X. We got to create the massive action. Make action to take action, okay? So let's focus on doing that. The Blue Angels, what's impressive is not the show, but it's what happens after the show. And number 1 was, what was your availability? We are now on number 5. I was at a press conference. My buddy, my friend, those of you that can see it on the video, there's my big little man, and there's my wife on my coffee cup. I was at a press conference. My good friend Phil Sayers was just welcomed in as the new head coach for Lindenwood, and he said something really profound to me. He said, "I'm not here to win the press conference." Oh man, how about that? What if in leadership we were not focused on winning the press conference? It has nothing to do with the press conference. It's got everything to do with the other things that we're talking about here, about moving, about taking action, about building relationships. It's about my impact. It's about my ability to get my team to be able to solve problems and make decisions the best way possible. If I, as a leader, lead somebody for a month, a year, 4 years, if I do that, and then all they talk about is how well I did bringing that out, I failed. I taught them how to make decisions better. I got them to be able to find the right answers. Yes, but they found them. And now they have a process for that. So it's not the leader's the greatest thing. It's how well the leader can actually get them to do great things. I'm not here to win the press conference. I'm not here to win, hey, best podcast ever. I'm here to get you guys with leadership opportunities that are going to make you better so that you improve, so that you grow and develop yourself and your team. so that you can thrive in chaotic situations, so that you can perform under pressure. I'm not here to win the press conference, because winning the press conference is the beginning. There's so much more. If I'm just focused on winning the beginning, what happens after? I'm not here to win the press conference. I'm here to help change lives. Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 17 of Red Truck Theory. We're going to go through these 5 that we covered really quick. So those of you who are jumping on just now, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not here to win the press conference was number 5. Number 4 was curiosity opens the door for better information. A good idea never closes the door. Sorry. The door never closes on good ideas. Forgive me. Move fast, then shoot. Get off the X. Get off the X. Start moving. Start making action so that you can take action. Number 2 was the Blue Angels. What's impressive is not just the show. It's what happens after the show. It's the debrief. How can you create vulnerability so that it opens vulnerability up to everybody else? They feel safe. They can acknowledge and take ownership of their mistakes so they can grow, develop, and get better faster. And then number 1 was what's your availability? Out of your time frame of your year, how much are you actually putting in? How much are you able to give your best throughout that year? And if it's a lot lower, then we need to improve that. We need to improve the health. We need to improve our fitness. We need to improve what we're eating so that our body can adapt better. We need to make decisions and show up more often at our best. That is Red Truck Theory number 17. If you guys like this, got something out of it, please, please, please share it. Make a comment. Those 2 things will do everything possible for us to grow, for us to move the needle. Share a comment. Please make sure that if you've got ideas, drop them. Drop the comments wherever you see this, wherever you hear this, put the comments in so that we can share some of this. Because maybe what you shared is something that I've experienced, and guess what? I forgot about that. That's perfect. We're all in this together. We're all in this journey of growth and development together, no matter where we're at. If you just retired, if you just started, we're in this journey together. My hope here is to remind you that every day is Friday. So have that energy, have that vibe, bring it with you wherever you are at, because this world is a better place on Fridays. So let's make it that way. Every day is Friday. You guys have an amazing day, and God bless.